All right, team, here's our new oxygen fill system, and simple to use. We'll go through the steps one at a time. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure the containment system is open and able to be accessed. To do that, one hand on the safety bar, one hand on the silver spring pin. Pull the silver spring pin out with your right hand, raising the safety bar and ensuring the silver spring pin goes back into the top D10. So now in the open position. Okay, our second step is just going to be opening the containment system. One hand, grab the stainless handle and slowly open. It's very heavy, so open it slowly, and that will expose the two fill chambers. Our third step is going to be putting the O2 tank or cylinder in the fill containment system. We're going to be putting this one in fill chamber number 2. We just put it on the plastic and slide it slowly in until it rests in the chamber. The next step is going to be physically attaching the fill system to our cylinder with clean hands every time, using soap and water or at a minimum a hand sanitizer. We're going to make sure our hands are clean. We're going to attach the bottle cylinder to the fill system using the pinned index safety system. Making sure it's snug. And the last thing we're going to do before we wind up shutting the containment system is opening the valve. When we close the system, we need to make sure that any toggle on top of the oxygen cylinder valve is down. It won't clear or close if anything sticks above these yellow safety lines. With one hand, we grab a hold of the stainless handle and slowly close it. There's a safety switch involved in this safety bar, which will not allow us to fill this oxygen cylinder without this bar being down. So once again, we're going to pull our spring pin out. This time we're going to lower the bar down and make sure that it goes back into its low detent. The system is closed and we're now ready to fill. We need to find out the pressure in our cylinder right now. It's in fill chamber number 2. We're going to open it a quarter of a turn only, and we're going to read our gauge, which reads almost 300 pounds in that cylinder at the moment. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to scan all 6 gauges, and we're going to, at least in our mind, put them in chronological order. In this case, the lowest one only has about 400 pounds in it. As our gauge for our cylinder reads less than 300 pounds, and our gauge on our main fill console reads approximately 400 pounds, we know we can start with the lowest gauge in the fill cycle. The fill sequence for this is very similar to our old system. We're going to go in numerical order up to 2,000 pounds. That's our highest tank pressure. Starting at the lowest, turning the knob to the left, opening it, and closing it, and it will allow our cylinder gauge to read its current pressure. From lowest to highest, we've done the lowest. This is our next. Taking the cylinder up to approximately 1,600 pounds. Next. Taking our cylinder up to just under 2,000 pounds. And the third and final fill will take it up to the 2,000 pound mark. And we close. Once the cylinder is filled, it's up to 2,000 pounds, we're going to close off our fill knob. And to gain access to our cylinder, left hand on the safety bar, right hand on the spring pin, pull it out, raise it. You'll hear a little escape of oxygen as you raise that. It's part of the safety system. We're going to open the containment system slowly. We're going to close our valve. And now we're ready to disconnect. As we disconnect from the fill station, there's going to be a small escape of oxygen. And a 2,000 pound filled oxygen cylinder. The last step is really nothing more than just closing the containment system We can leave the safety bar in the up position, and we're done.